At 22,
Mm-hmm.
you left the shores of Nigeria for the United States, meaning that you must have been in the process since you were 21 or thereabout.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can say that. That's true.
What informed that decision as a 21-year-old?
Oh, I think this is. Can I say a story? I feel like I say a story a lot because.
Can you please tell us your name and where you're from?
So my name is Naza Samson, and I am from Nigeria. I'm from Anambra State, Nigeria.
You worked at St. Nicholas Hospital. St. Nicholas
Yes,
Hospital is one of the best and biggest hospitals in Nigeria.
true. They're the best centers for kidney transplants, dialysis. Yeah.
So, as a staff of St. Nicholas, how much were you earning then?
Okay, so in 2020, I was making 120,000 naira. That was in 2020. I joined the hospital in November of 2020. I was making 120K. Then around January of 2021, they revived a program that they had. They had a cost of living allowance programs where they gave us 3,500 naira cash every 15th of the month. They called it cost of living allowance, but it was revived. Or rather, they called it chop money. It was a free money. I mean, everybody
Okay.
expected for lunch and stuff. It was cool, but then it was revived into what is known as a cost of living allowance, cola. So they started giving us 20,000 naira for that. So in addition to how much I was making, my base pay, I was making 120K plus the 20K, making it 140,000. Then I switched units in, I think, 6 months into the job. I switched unit from a postnatal and pediatrics unit to an ICU step down. So in the ICU step down, due to the amount of workload that we had, there was a bonus that was given to some special units like ICU, dialysis, and the step down unit. That was about 20,000 naira too as well. So that bumped my salary up to 160K. So yeah, so I was going home to 160K at the end of the month. The main reason I made this explanation is that nurses need to know their worth, and some nurses should make more than what they're making now. And some hospitals, I would say, you deserve that pay, that raise. You deserve that. Some specialties deserve that pay that they would give you, that extra money. And we had to sell ourselves to get all this money I'm talking about. It's not like as if we sat down and the hospital threw it on our laps. These were like some fights and some, statement that nurses had to make to be able to make those money. So,
Do you know that with 160K in 2020, you were one of the privileged nurses?
yeah, I do. I do know that. When I talk about improving yourself, people feel like, oh, it's only for people who have grown or people who have been in nursing for what, 5, 10 years. I was literally just inside nursing. I was like I wasn't even up to a year when I started making all this money I was making. And I feel like it all comes down to how you apply yourself. When it comes to my job and what I do, I speak big. I speak very big about what I do. And I think it paid off because I ended up getting like locum jobs that I would make in one 12-hour shift. I would make anywhere from 12,000 to 20,000 naira a shift.
At 22,
Mm-hmm.
you left the shores of Nigeria for the United States, meaning that you must have been in the process since you were 21 or thereabout.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can say that. That's true.
What informed that decision as a 21-year-old?
So I think this is. Can I say a story? I feel like I say a story a lot because
Do
that's the best way people would understand and get it. Just in nursing school, basically, I think I was about 16 or 17 at the time. I don't know. I just felt like I just had this knowing in my spirit that I was gonna travel outside. I wasn't built for Nigeria, if I could say that. But basically, I knew in my spirit that I was going to travel out, and I knew that I needed to start putting things in place for me to be able to travel out. So when I finished nursing school, I did go and I talked to my uncle, and that didn't work out, but that's a whole different story. But after, when I got the St. Nicholas job in my unit, I feel like my desire to travel was rekindled, because while I was in nursing school, I was saying I was going to travel. The only pathway I knew at the time was to study, because everybody who I knew around me in my circle had traveled out to, to the UK, to Canada, to various countries to study, not to work. So my goal then was to secure a scholarship or something of that nature and just go study. But now coming into St. Nicholas, and I was blessed with the units that I had. I had beautiful ladies who were my co-workers, and they were so helpful. I mean, I kid you not, my first week in the unit, a lady walks up to me and she goes, "So what country are you planning on traveling to?" And I'm like, I was just put on the spot. I was like, the US. And she goes, "Oh, okay, go over to that lady there. She's doing her US process. She's going to help you with, where to start, how to start, and what to do." I was so shocked and I was so grateful. And I walked over to the lady and she told me, "Oh, the US is very hard." But she did give me I wouldn't say a detailed breakdown. She just told me, first you have to do this, like the step by step. And I just took it and I ran with it, basically. I went on and I did a lot of research. Oh my God. I did a lot of research. I found out what I had to do first, what I needed to do first. And I knew that doing all this research I would just keep doing research if I don't take an action. So, and what I did was I saved up some money and I took the first action. So I think that was what I would say geared me into it as a 21-year-old was I had a dream and I took the information that I had with it and I ran with it. I mean, I did have to do a lot of sacrifice, but yeah, I ran with what I had.